I am not the type of person to often rewatch movies or replay games. No matter how much I liked my experience with it, I'm usually fully satisfied with what I got out of a piece of media. Most of my favorite games, favorite of all time, I only played once. And of course, there are some exceptions. Fallout New Vegas is a game I beat many times because of how well its role-playing system is set up. I have almost 400 hours in Elden Ring because I love the gameplay loop of Souls games and Souls-likes, and in my opinion Elden Ring is the peak of this genre. But for the most part, I just don't come back to games I loved playing. I personally just prefer new experiences. However, recently I noticed something interesting. For some reason, my entire life I can't stop coming back to Minecraft. Overall, I'd say I have phases of getting into different genres. Some time ago I really got into roguelikes and spent hundreds of hours playing them. When I played Dark Souls 1 for the first time, I got pulled into From Software games. Once I became obsessed with criminal movies and watched a ton of them. And throughout my life I've been shifting from one niche to another, never really staying on something for a very long time. But no matter how old I am or what phase I'm in, Minecraft is something I can always boot up and start playing, and it just never becomes boring or old. Obviously, I'm not constantly playing Minecraft. It's not a game I open every day or every week, but it is something I inevitably revisit many times throughout the year. It became kind of a constant in my life. Me getting into Minecraft as a kid was basically inevitable. I was born in 2000s and have been playing games from as early as I can remember. So of course I instantly became obsessed with Minecraft when I first discovered it. Minimalistic graphics and the freedom you get just works perfectly to capture kids' attention. But there were many other games I was a big fan of as a kid. Things like Spore, The Sims, Warcraft 3. I was so into those games as a kid and I do still love them, but for some reason Minecraft is the only one I can't escape. Which is quite funny because I also remember that when I was around 11 or 12 years old, I decided that I'm too old for Minecraft. All of my friends were discussing their favorite Let's Players, but I decided that I am now too cool for Minecraft, and I was actually going out of my way to ignore it. And here I am a decade later making a video on how important this game is for me. I till this day remember when I first played Minecraft. I didn't have a PC or laptop back when I was like 8 or 9, so I only watched YouTubers play it. And one time my mom brought me to work and asked her coworker to turn on Minecraft for me on one of their PCs. And it's genuinely a core memory for me. He booted up a world with a huge empty city and I was flying around in creative, mostly just looking around and punching zombies that spawned on dark floors of skyscrapers. I was already obsessed with Minecraft at the time, but this moment just made me realize how magical this game could feel. The atmosphere of Minecraft is something no one will be able to replicate. And I know there is a lot of nostalgic bias there, but no matter what sandbox game I play, I just never feel so relaxed and at peace. A big factor is of course the music. C418 is a legend for a reason, and I'm sure many of you have the same feelings for Minecraft soundtrack that I do. I don't just listen to those tracks in game. Volume Alpha is an album I always put on when I'm in the mood, or even if I want to get in a better mood. Another aspect that made me love Minecraft is just how weird the world is. This game never tried to be something particular. It was never a medieval fantasy or sci-fi or gothic horror. Very few things in this game actually make sense. And I love how nothing in this world is ever properly explained. And it is also a reason I don't like when they try and give some explanation to Minecraft's lore. In my opinion, it is not supposed to have one. Who are Endermen, what is End, and why do you have to go there and kill a dragon? Why can you create a portal to hell? What are the abandoned ancient structures you find in the game? None of it was ever explained. Minecraft doesn't have a narrative, and the game creates this amazing curiosity gap. You want to find out more, but you never will. That's what made Minecraft such an interesting and in a way uncanny game. And that's the reason why Herobrine and Minecraft RGs became a popular thing. Outside of Minecraft's atmosphere, it's also just the best sandbox that there is. The game allows you to do basically whatever you can imagine. It's a great building simulator, and stuff that people create is just mind-blowing sometimes, including whole cities or absurd mechanisms. You can make a damn functional computer in this game if you want to. That freedom also allowed for some fun minigames that I spent a ton of time playing back in the day. Stuff like Bed Wars or building battles. I have great memories of playing those custom modes with my friends, and that's just a small part of how you can share your experience with other players in this game. Minecraft is also just a fun survival game to play. It can be relaxing to play solo or fun to play with a group of friends. And of course, there are things to critique Mojang for. The game is 17 years old, and the way they're updating the game is weird to say the least. The progression in vanilla Minecraft is simply outdated at this point. They barely introduced anything to spice up how you actually beat the game in all of those years. And adding things like netherite armor is not helping much. The great thing about Minecraft is the fact you can go back and play any version of the game you want. So I imagine there should be zero reason for them to not change up the game in meaningful ways, because whoever wants the old stuff could always just go back. The problem is Minecraft will always do well financially. It's not like other live service games where developers have to fight for the player base to stay. Minecraft has a massive fan base all around the world, and it's extremely approachable for anybody. So Mojang has no incentive to actually make this game more complex and interesting for people who have been playing Minecraft for years. And that's why we only get actually cool updates only once in a while, even considering their resources. I could complain about something like this more, but in reality I barely play vanilla Minecraft nowadays. Because fortunately Minecraft is so flexible, people made thousands of mods for it over the years, which is another reason for me to keep coming back to this game. Garry's Mod became one of my all-time favorites for exactly the same reason. I love to see what community can bring to a game, and there is nothing that can beat those two games when it comes to player-made content. You can forge Minecraft into whatever your heart desires at this point. You can make it a game about surviving in a zombie apocalypse, a game about traveling to other planets, a fantasy RPG with whole quest lines and many other things. I can't even imagine how many hundreds of hours me and my friends spent making custom maps for each other to play through using custom NPC mod, setting up quests, developing evolving storylines and everything like that. I had so much fun creating something that was my own in a game, and there are no other games that could really offer the same. Minecraft is an endless game, and I do genuinely believe I could play it forever. I'm sure it would be a great family game if I ever start my own. I'm sure I will keep gathering a friend or two to beat some mod pack, and I'm sure I will always just randomly open the game to run around and look at a bunch of blocks. It's kind of funny how after all those years and many attempts to replicate Minecraft, no one managed to take over. And you could argue that Minecraft has a very strong staying power because of the reputation it gathered over all those years. But at its core, it's an extremely simple game, and it showed everyone what a sandbox game could be. I think if someone wants to replicate what Minecraft is great at, they'd just have to make another Minecraft.